Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Karen Palka, and I'll be speaking with Andrew Kercher from the St. Clair County Library System. Today's show is sponsored by Lake Huron Medical Center. Welcome, Andrew, to Spotlight.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited to talk about books. I just love to read.
It is one of my favorite activities. I have spent more time surrounded by books in the last year or so than I ever thought I'd get the chance to be.
Well, you know a lot of history. And one of the things that we were just talking about is that there was a historical moment of 100 years ago, on and off, there is something that was in this county.
Yeah, so we have a Bookmobile. St. Clair County Library System is a pretty amazing place. There have been libraries there have been some local libraries that are a little bit older. You know, Port Huron had a Carnegie Library all the way back in 1904, but by 1917, they established a countywide system, making it the oldest countywide library system in the state of Michigan.
Wow.
And one of the first big initiatives, so that's 1917,
right.
By 1925, they realized we're a big county. They got a Bookmobile. So they had a way to they had a Model T delivering books from Port Huron to Yale to Elginak, all around our county. And it's something they've had on and off for a whole century. And we're really excited that we're back into an on time.
Right. And so now this is something that the community might be seeing on the roads.
Yeah, we hope they will be. We've been putting thousands of miles on this. So it's been kind of a slower rollout and, making sure we do it right. That's always the key. But we have our basically brand new Bookmobile was delivered to us last year. This was in part thanks to the millage renewal back in 2022. When they vote on this, the library is funded by a millage. And so when the voters of St. Clair County decided to approve that millage increase, one of the promises was a Bookmobile. And they immediately put in the order because they take like 2 years to build.
Oh, goodness.
This is not just something you go and buy. You design it from the ground up. There's specialty makers, and I got to go to a Bookmobile convention, and let me tell you, there's a convention for everything, and all of the Bookmobile builders were there, and it was great to see, and we got a good one. So we are very excited. That premiered last year, and we're in our regular first year of operation now.
So the Bookmobile, how does that work? Like, I thought maybe I could give you my books and you can take them with you?
Absolutely, okay. You sure can. That is, you've gotten the idea. We are a mobile library. So we do all the things that a regular library does. We do checkouts, we do returns, we issue library cards. Hopefully everybody has one. It's the most important thing in your pocket, and I'm very excited. One of the coolest things, if you get a Bookmobile library card, or when you get a library card on the Bookmobile, it has the Bookmobile. It's a unique little card that you can only get at that branch. So we issue cards, we renew them. So all those things that you do at one of the brick and mortar branches throughout the county, but we can go anywhere. We've been in a field. We go in parades. We go to elementary schools, senior centers, you name it. We're bringing that library service throughout the county.
What happens if my granddaughter doesn't have a library card? Can I sign her up with the Bookmobile?
So with anyone who's under 18, parent or guardian, come sign kids up. It's one of our favorite things to do is get kids cards.
Yes.
There have been some misconceptions out there about, in years past, like how young can they be, or they have to be 10 or 12. No, we'll issue cards to just about anybody. County residents, of course, get free cards. We even do sometimes out-of-county residents. There's a small charge for that. But we are really excited to get lots of, especially very young kids signed up. One of the newest initiatives that's going on countywide is 1,000 books before kindergarten.
Yes.
So getting those kids signed up very, very young, getting those books out to them is something that's super important. And we're excited to play just a small role in that.
So the Bookmobile, how does that work other than maybe a school requests you to come out or a community group?
So we maintain a regular schedule, and we're always kind of updating that. I think the library is going to be putting out that about once a quarter to let people know, like, hey, here's our schedule. Because sometimes it's like the first Monday of the month, for example, we go all the way out to Lynn Township, the Lynn Township Hall. It's the only parking lot in all of Lynn Township. So we really try and balance access and use. We want lots of people to be using the library and using the Bookmobile, so we'll go to lots of big events with thousands of people. We will also go way out in the middle of nowhere. We'll go to these places where it's a little bit further away from a branch. No one is more than 12 miles away from a brick and mortar branch as the crow flies, but that can
Wow.
still be quite a bit of a
can be,
distance.
yes.
So we want to make sure we bring that right to as many patrons as we can. So we have that regular service
Yes.
that you can look up the schedule, see where we're going to be, community stops. But then we also take requests for special events, programs. I love special events.
Yes.
So we've got a request form right on the library website. If you
Okay.
go Google St. Clair County Library System,
Okay.
and when you go to branches, you'll see there's Bookmobile, and basically the only thing under there is not regular hours. There's a little form, and you fill that out. I tell people the sooner the better.
Okay.
Because we have requests that have already come in for like late summer of events that we know we're going to be at in August and September, and specialty events. So
Now, this is a free service?
it is a free service, so it's part of that St. Clair County Library System. My favorite part of my job is we don't have a cash register on board. People come in, they're worried about fines, they're worried about anything like that, and tell them, I couldn't take their money even if I wanted to.
Okay.
So,
This is really such a wonderful thing, and I think the more we can talk about it and have people of all ages being able to educate themselves or just have a good story to read.
it is an amazing resource in our community that I worry that sometimes people overlook. It's kind of always there. People sometimes think about it. It's more than just books. We do board games and video games. The resources available at the library are tremendous.
They are.
And the Bookmobile is like that hook. We get people in, they get that card, they realize what we have, and then they become a regular patron at one of the brick and mortar branches.
This is it's genius, and I'm grateful that the system has done this so that we can have this.
Yeah, so give us a wave when you see us on the road,
I'm
because
gonna-
we get
yes.
all over the place.
And I'm going to go to the website and request for one of our events. So this is really great. Well, thank you for joining us today. And do you have a favorite book?
Oh, I love our news section. My favorite part about the Bookmobile is we carry about 3,000 books.
Okay.
Which in one hand sounds like a lot, but in another,
Does.
like you compare that to, tens of thousands in any of the buildings.
Okay.
So my favorite part about the Bookmobile, with just 3,000, we get everything new. All of the books we have are the newest, latest stuff coming out. So I get to see like brand new books every week. It's great.
Wow, that is really great to know. All right, well, let's keep spreading the word, and we will wave.
Sounds
Say,
good.
can you stop here?
Right. Well, wave us down. We'll take your books back to the library where we'll do what we can with what we
Awesome.
have. So,
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us today.
thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us on Spotlight.